All right. Hello. Welcome. I hope that this is working correctly, because if this is not working correctly, I'm gonna just off myself so I can be reborn in the grace, in the side of grace. Now, welcome, guys. This is Master Great Jess, and this is GTS Fridays, or whatever this is called nowadays. I don't know what this is anymore. We have Bryan on with us.
Yo.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while since you've been on, I think.
If at all. I don't know. I was on something.
Yeah. You were on something.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that that's how we know where you were on. You were on something. We don't know exactly what it was, but it's nice to know that you were. Guys, nice. We are going to start off. Well, not start off by anything. We're literally just talking about Elden Ring today. There's going to be no Gunpla talk or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because, frankly, these last couple of days
Elden Ring
just been, yeah, it's just been Elden Ring. What do you think, Bryan? How hyped were you about Elden Ring? That's what I want to know.
Man, there was a time when I was playing through probably Dark Souls 3, and I was like, man, sucks there won't be another one of these. Too bad. Sure do like this kind of game. I knew they would move on to do, like, I mean, what was Bloodborne and then Sekiro, and I was like, okay, they're branching all over the place. They're trying all sorts of neat things, but too bad we'll never get another Dark Souls. So it feels real good. Feels real good to come back to that same feel, you know, because it does feel like it, right? A nice dark fantasy style.
It feels like we're coming home.
It feels like coming home, but it's like they took all the things they learned on the journey that they took, and then they came home and enriched their original.
I think that's how it feels. I, for one, remember that this game was in development for what, 3 years, I think?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was 3 years, because the last game they came out with was Sekiro.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember when I originally saw the teaser or whatever the hell it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was super hyped. But because it felt to me a lot like Skyrim when I first saw it.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if you played Skyrim yourself.
Yeah, funny.
And that was an experience for the ages, honestly. And like seeing that in some way through the first trailer, that's what they were gonna do, which is kind of like bring that feeling to Dark Souls. Is what really kind of made me super excited for it. And now we're here. What's up, Deadeye? Hope you're doing well, man. Welcome to the stream. But the point is, I was super excited, and I know that you were too, because I think we talked about this during our Dark Souls stream, which got cut off shortly. Well, kind of early-ish, because life happens, and you know we're adults.
Yeah, tends to happen.
They'll come back. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll come back to it, definitely.
Welcome. But I think we talked about it. If you guys didn't watch that, we talked about the fact that it was difficult for one finding friends who liked this franchise.
It's true. Yeah, for both of us.
Yeah, it was
very particular taste. It's not for everyone.
It sure as hell is not for everyone, and. Just knowing that there was somebody out there that I could talk about it with, and I think we even just found out the weirdest way. We just started talking about it in the car, I think.
Yeah, it just came up.
It was like, hey,
we're both used to not talking about it because who cares? Nobody else likes this game that I like.
Yeah.
It just kind of came up in casual conversation.
Yeah.
You too?
Especially.
Oh man.
Especially the fact that in our group of friends, like the thing that radiates the most is anime and Gundam and Gunpla and like
that generally is what the conversations revolve around.
Yeah, which is not bad. You know, it's something that I like, and to some extent. But I do have other things that I really wanted to focus on, or like that I have. You know, the thing is, my wife said it once to me. She's like, the thing about you is that. Because I was like, honey, like, what kind of person am I? You know, because sometimes it's difficult for me to fit in with people. not that, it may not seem like so because a lot of people think I'm super social and like, oh, look at Jess, you know, he talks to a lot of people, and it may seem that way, and I think I'm just kind of like a chameleon. But my wife says that the reason why is because I actually dip my toes into a lot of things. One of them being, you know, Elden Ring, and this kid like the Soulsborne's games, like Gundam, a little bit of anime, a little bit of other stuff, a little bit of this, a little bit of rap, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of blues, a little just everything. And
common ground that way.
Yeah, and it's just nice to know that, you know, I found Bryan a long time ago, and I just didn't know the hidden gem of
We didn't know. Yeah.
the fans that we are.
We've learned a lot about each other.
Yeah. It's funny because you and I didn't used to talk. Like we were just like,
how much?
I'd just be like, that's the guy who made a cool high grade.
And that's what I was known for. Yeah.
And that's what he was known for. But anyway, before this becomes just a fucking regular podcast, we're talking about Elden Ring today. We're super excited. It finally came out last week. And I have literally been playing it almost every day because I had to do some editing for a video and all that stuff, and we needed to do things and work and shit. But I've been playing it since I got it. Like the first 2 days, I think I clocked in 15 hours.
Yep.
So I think that's a huge statement right there. Like just 15 hours in the first 2 days. Yeah.
You're committed. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, man? I know that you have it now.
Yeah, I didn't have it for the first few days, and it's been hard to find some time for it. So I think I'm only at like 6 hours in, which is nothing, but I'm in there. It's a start. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the stream is mainly, like it says on the title, it's first impressions and what we think. Because even at 15, well, even at now, I think I'm at like 24 hours in now.
Yeah.
I don't even feel like I've really okay, I have started the game, but I still feel like I'm not even like 25% through. If that makes sense. Like
yeah, like I said, there's people out there that have been streaming it, they're like 60, 80 hours in, and they are also still like, they feel like they're just getting into it, you know. It's still introducing a lot of things and they're still figuring stuff out. So it's big. It's a big game. It's a
big game.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like a game. I've never played Legend. I've never played Zelda. You know, the Breath of the Wild. I've never played it.
Yeah, me neither.
But there's a lot of comparisons being made because the last game to come out to really change the open world was Breath of the Wild, and before that, I would say it was Skyrim.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel, but I do know
they're both very big, important games in the. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it should come to. I think, in order to explain that, it's like there's a lot of good games, in our last fucking decade, the last 15 years, there's been a lot of good games, but every once in a while you get some of those games that really change the genre, or create their own, or do their own thing. And one of them, for the open world genre, Skyrim really came out to do it, though for me I'm more biased towards Fallout 3.
Another big one.
Yeah, Fallout 3. But Skyrim in my mind, and then my wife is saying The Witcher 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's true. Before they decided to come out with Cyberpunk and completely destroy my dreams, but we won't talk about that.
What is there to say?
And now, so you have Skyrim, then you have Witcher 3, which came out in 2015, something like that. But I'm pretty sure, and then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out like 5 years ago as well.
I think so, something like that.
And now it's Elden Ring. And Elden Ring has literally taken now like the center stage, and that's what I'm feeling right now playing this game. Is just like how do you feel, Bryan? Like playing this game, like what are you feeling?
Like I said, it's still so early. I still don't know how to feel about it, but I know what you mean. Like it feels like a big deal right now.
Yeah,
definitely. It's definitely got everyone talking. What we'll be talking about a year from now, 2 years from now, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the impact of this game is. Because we still don't know the full scope of it. Like, We still don't know where it's going or how big it gets. So,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really enjoying the game right now. I want to talk a little bit about the mechanics of the game, which I think you mentioned it. Well, I don't think you did mention it earlier. Maybe you were referencing the mechanics and how they've updated them, or to some extent, kind of enriched them, which is what you said, right?
Maybe.
They came back home enriched. That's what you said.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like piggyback off of that comment, it's like, I've played every single Soulsborne game. I played every single one of them.
Yeah.
Right, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Sekiro, and Bloodborne. So I can definitely feel all the little traces of those games within the DNA of Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Bryan, because Bryan came to play it over at my place, I think, what was it, Sunday night?
Something like that, yeah. Pretty early on when it came out.
We were just going to chill out. Like, we were just going to do something, but then it just turned into Bryan playing it for, like, what was it, 4 hours? Which is not wrong. I'm not complaining. I was fine. I told him. He was sitting here. I'm just like, bro, just play the fucking game. I don't care if we don't do anything else. I want you to experience this. You need to experience it. But during that time, I was telling him, hey, like, even just the crouching animation where you're walking around, I was like, that's straight ripped from Sekiro.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That is straight ripped from Sekiro. There's no way you're not gonna tell me that's not from Sekiro.
Copy and drag the animation over and drop it.
Yeah. But and it's nice to see them combine everything because it really works well together. The what's it called, the sneaking is pretty nice now, albeit maybe a little bit too OP at certain times.
Yeah, I've gotten away with a lot of stuff.
Just like, oh, I'm not here.
Yeah, you didn't see nothing, and they're like, I guess I didn't see anything. There was a guy right in front of me, but I don't know what happened.
You could literally be breathing down the fucking enemy's neck, like, and like they'd be like, "Oh, there's nothing behind me, and everything's good." I hope, sure as hell, I don't get a Uchigatana up my ass, you know.
Must be the wind, yeah.
But it's just nice to see that, because like I'm not even gonna complain about it, because I know that during our playthrough of Dark Souls 1, as far as we've gotten, remember when we were trying to sneak up against the Black Knight?
Boy, that's such a man. You're just playing the lottery at that point. It's so, like, I don't even know if it's 50-50. It feels more like 40% of the time. Even that seems generous. Like, you're standing right behind him. You're like, I got this, right? I got this, and you go for it, and it doesn't take. You're like, what's the sweet spot on these things? But yeah, it feels a lot more forgiving this way. I feel a lot more confident in my backstabs on this one.
Yeah, because the Black Knight, like in Dark Souls 1, could literally hear your cells moving around inside your body or some shit the moment you like.
He hears your heartbeat coming.
He's like, oh, there you are on the other side of the map. But seeing all of that come together now in this game, I think is super cool. It opens up the avenue to so many things. You have Ashes of War, which is like a new way to expand the use of your weapons, especially if you're somebody like me who likes to, for example, just go strength build. It means I can pick up a weapon that normally scales with, let's say, just dexterity, and I can put Ashes of War on it that will make it scale nicely with strength instead. So it doesn't...
gives you more options,
Yeah, you're not locked in, which I think is super important, especially when you want to look at all the options of a game like this one and the size of it. I don't know, Ashes of War I think are pretty cool. I still, again, a little confusing. I haven't used every single one of them. Sometimes I'm looking at them and I'm like...
This is new, yeah.
So, have you gotten to Ashes of War yet?
I haven't gotten anything new yet in my playthrough. I got one new one. I haven't even tried it out yet because I'm still just fresh into it. I haven't even like swapped it out just to see what it does yet. But I'm looking forward to trying it. Definitely.
Yeah, they're a little confusing. I literally had to look up like 3 videos where they're like Ashes of War for beginners. And it's like, we're all fucking beginners. We're all beginners. There's nobody who's an expert right now, but
who made this video? A beginner.
Yeah, beginner. But a beginner that just understands a little bit more than I do. Yeah, but Ashes of War are pretty cool. But the thing that I think a lot of people are talking about are the summons.
That's huge. That's a really big. One person I was listening to, they said that that's eliminated their interest in like actual summons at all, like bringing
Why?
other players in,
Oh,
just because. Yeah, they're like, I'm not even thinking about that anymore because the ghosts that I can just summon are way cooler and better than anything that another player or NPC can bring. So, yeah, I get it. I get it. It's a pretty big deal. And there's such a
and
variety too, from what
yeah,
I've seen.
yeah. There's so many that are ass and so many that are good.
Yeah,
Or maybe I just haven't used them enough. But I know that everybody really loves the dogs, and that's not a spoiler. It's literally the first one you get, so there's no
yeah,
spoiler
that's the
there.
first one.
It's the
Good boy,
first one,
good boy squad. Yeah,
the Good Boy Squad, who was pretty good. They're pretty good. I was gonna mention that the Ashes of War, well, the summons, and to some people seem a little OP. They seem a little overpowered.
yep, yeah. I've heard that as well.
And since I'm a huge Reddit nerd and I spend most of my day there when I'm just chilling around the house, one of the things that I've read in the subreddit of Elden Ring, which you guys should definitely join in to see some awesome memes of Elden Ring, is a lot of people are talking about certain people out there in the community who are talking shit about people who use summons during boss fights. It's like, it's in the game, dude. Like, I'm gonna take that route. It's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Then
you
I'm allowed
play how
to
you want to play. You don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Exactly. Like, it's just like, and that's one of the main things that I wanted to talk about, actually, is what a lot of reviewers have been saying, because we haven't even talked about how, when it first came out, when the embargo was lifted and the reviews started pouring in, the 10 out of 10 and masterpiece and everything that it was getting.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, and so everybody was like super hyped, and shit, that even hyped me up more. And I'm a huge believer of don't believe everything the reviewers say. Yeah. But it was difficult.
When everyone's saying it, yeah.
It's the difficult thing. I want to, and so like the game comes out, and of course it's a huge. I think this is the biggest game I've seen, like, From Software really kind of like market. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like the marketing was pretty big on this one. I saw a video yesterday that just went up, and it was. I don't even know why they thought it was good. It's just like, hey, let's get some like celebrity in here to just hype up Elden Ring. Yeah. And they brought in, Mignon went, and she's like, it was pretty cringe, but I was like, okay,
this is the thing.
Thanks, yeah, good money well spent, guys. Thanks for that. It was such a weird trailer, where just, hey, I'm in TV shows.
Yeah,
Elden Ring's cool. Okay. Well, now that you've said
it,
I'm in. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I was on the fence before, but man,
you've changed my mind.
This girl from the Boba Fett show said it's a pretty good game, so I better get on that.
It really felt very 90s commercial.
They're just trying everything. They're taking all the marketing routes, and checking all the boxes. Yeah.
Yo, Link, what's up, my man? But okay, so what I want to talk about is, like, the game comes out, a lot of people buy into the hype, and and I love the fact that with Elden Ring you can literally see how nowadays the population works with games. They hear it's really good from reviewers and everything, and everybody just buys into it instead of maybe doing a little bit of their own research. All right.
Always worth doing your homework. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over here to the other screen. Oh, let me actually fix this, guys. That's like, it's fixed. I just gotta move my OBS to this side. All right, cool. So, Metacritic, which is right now this is the PC version, because there's a PC, Xbox, and PS5. Like, they all have like their own little Metacritic score. By the way, Link, this is not false advertisement. We never said we were playing the game. It says first impressions, my boy. So 94 right now, Metascore.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, that's really high. I think it's one of the best rated games. And then the user score, though, is 6.3. So if we go over here to the negative reviews, let's read the first one from Elks Cult, whatever the hell this person's name is. I don't understand why this game gets a 10 out of 10 from the media. The PC version is in disastrous state. Obviously, FromSoft is aware of the state of the game, and that hasn't stopped them from releasing it anyway. I see the potential and really tried to give the game a chance. However, it is impossible for the game to be fun in its current state. I also don't understand why everyone is defending the game. Fact is, the game is pretty broken at the moment. Anyone who claims it runs smoothly, I would like to see a video with the frame times displayed, preferably a video of the fight against the tree sentinel, the guy on the horse. So rather wait for a patch or buy it for the console. The performance should be better there. All right, so I wanted to read this one first, and it's a good thing this was the first one, Brian, because you got to play it on PC.
I did.
How did you feel?
And, correct me if I'm wrong, but I played it.
Yeah.
And it was good. I mean, I'm no expert on PC gaming. I don't have a gaming PC. It was your PC, but it seemed pretty darn smooth and functional to me.
Yeah, like...
But I don't know what he's talking about, but it's a disaster. I mean, I've seen disasters. I've seen games that are barely playable when they come out, and this is not it.
One of them being, I played on the PC, Cyberpunk, when it first came out, because I bought it like the week it came out.
Yeah.
And it was playable as well. I didn't understand why everybody was complaining. Yeah, there were a lot of glitches, like game glitches, not like FPS issues for me. And I wasn't even running the game like at... So guys,
Cyberpunk
first
issues
of all...
are across the board, not just a PC problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
It was barely playable everywhere.
Yeah, and my PC isn't even a top-tier PC at the moment. It's got a 1660, which is a 20 series card, but labeled as a 1660, with only 6 gigabytes of VRAM. And I'm running it on a Ryzen 3 3100, which is the low-tier Ryzen 3, like the base Ryzen for the second gen, I think. And it runs smoothly for me. Sure, there are parts where it goes down to 50 FPS because I've seen the dips, and I've told Bryan, hey, like, did you feel that? There was a stutter there. He's like, no, I honestly didn't feel anything because, you know, like he says, he doesn't play a lot.
I play on Xbox.
Yeah. How does it run on Xbox?
I don't notice when the frame rate goes from here to here for a couple seconds. I don't notice that kind of thing. I'm a console gamer. Don't ask me those things.
Like, I don't understand. Like, maybe if you're trying to run a 1050, let's look at the minimum PC requirements. I'm sorry that I'm doing this, Brian, because I know that you already mentioned that you're not.
I have nothing to say, but you do you.
I just want to mention it, okay, boys, because PC requirements, Elden Ring. You guys are watching me just. So the minimum are a AMD Ryzen 3 3300X. So that's a better CPU than what I have. 12 gigabytes of RAM. I have 32 because I edit videos on my PC. NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 3 gigabyte version. That's all. What's up, Noble? Welcome, man. They're not glitches or bugs. They're features. That's what Link says. Like, the game runs more than fine on my PC, and I don't even have a high-end PC. I just want to say that much. Anyway, the next one, massive stuttering issues and no ultra-wide support. Okay, I get it. Maybe ultra-wide it should be on there. The point is, there's a lot of people here mentioning just the performance of the game. I will say this though. I'm not here to just suck Elden Ring's. You know, I'm here to also say, like, for example, for Elden Ring, I also believe that it shouldn't be locked at 60 FPS. It's 2022. There's no reason for it to be locked at 60 FPS. I'm sure that if they were to unlock it or do something to the engine to make it unlock, which people actually have done. There's a user who did it. There's a mod. It disinstalls it uninstalls the cheat engine, and you can get more than 60 FPS, but you can't go online. But I do think that FromSoft really fucked up using an engine that doesn't let you go over 60 FPS, especially if they're catering and also going for the PC and the new gen consoles. You gotta feel like your money is being used in some way, especially from a AAA game, because this isn't an indie game, right?
No.
So yeah. Anyway, the point is, a lot of people talking about the performance issues that are going on right now. But I also want to mention, and this one you can chime in, Bryan, is the difficulty, because a lot of people have talked about returning the game or just not playing it because they're not having fun dying over and over and over again. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I heard someone talking about that, and I think part of the problem, at least from what they were saying, I'm not sure if I know for sure, but kind of comes back to what you were talking about, the big old hype machine there. I think the more they market this and the more they sell it, and the big event that they make it, I think it's attracting more attention. And plus,
Yeah.
That studio sort of has a reputation at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people that aren't familiar with the franchise or the series or kind of their style are kind of jumping on board and maybe weren't ready for it.
Yeah.
I think that's one possibility. I mean, so far, like, I've hardly scratched the surface, but so far it's pretty on par with what I expected difficulty wise. I haven't noticed anything that's above average. Have you?
No.
No.
No, I haven't. Have I run into like something that is super difficult?
I mean, you probably have, but is it like glaringly difficult? Like,
No, I haven't. I look. The thing is, and I think you raise a great point, is that people are buying into the hype of Elden Ring. People forget that it's Elden Ring, not by Bethesda, but it's Elden Ring by From Software. And then you look at their the history of the games they put out, like Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne. These games are not.
Yeah, you could easily just stumble into this by accident and go like, "Oh, Dark Souls guys, they make an open world game. I like open world games. It's an open world fantasy. I like Skyrim. I'll try this out." Oh my god!
Yeah, oh my god!
And the game just steamrolls them a little bit.
But I think that people, and people who get into that, into the game because of that, I think it's what happened to me. I understand where you're coming from. I was talking to Bryan about this in the car yesterday. I was like, when I first played my first ever Soulsborne game, which was Dark Souls 1, I couldn't get through the fucking first boss that you're not even supposed to really kill. You're supposed to go to the left side into the little thing, right? There's no spoilers there. The game's been out for years. Okay, get out of here.
Yeah.
I stopped playing for like 8 months.
Yep.
Which is it was my wall, and I was like, fuck this game. I don't ever. How can people play this? This is fucking terrible. I straight did not play it for 8 months. You can ask my wife; she was there. I did not fucking play that game. I was tired of it. But obviously, I came back to it, and I think the most rewarding thing of Soulsborne games is the fact that when you overcome something, it feels that much better. When the old Dark Souls meme of get good,
Yep.
This game pushes me to get better.
Yeah, get good is not some passive aggressive, flippant response. It's legit. That is the cycle. That is the game. You hit that wall and you just keep going until you get there.
Yep. Yeah,
maybe that's not for everyone.
And that's fine. There's no reason to go and trash it, though. I don't feel like, okay, you keep dying, but you don't understand the whole point. There's a reason why the game, when you die in a Soulsborne game, in any game, you die, you can go back and pick up your belongings. Because the game wants you to come back and just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. They're not gonna. I don't think I've ever ran into something that's completely unkillable. It may feel it at times after like 10 tries and just killing you, but it definitely I don't know. There's
hard. It is challenging.
Yeah, I think people should understand the difference between them. Noble Mecha says there's a bug where you'll have markers on your map appear on your HUD, but when you go into the map to remove them, they're not there, so you just have random markers. I haven't had that happen on the PC.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
haven't noticed that either.
Now, there's some boss moves in this game that feel genuinely bullshit mixed with some spammy AI, like, oh, I have one hit AoE move. Mind if I do 4 times back to back? Other than that, I'm loving the game. There are some moves that are bullshit. Okay, I was fighting one guy yesterday that I just was like, I'm out. I'm not fighting you anymore. You already killed me like 6 times. I gotta go and figure my life out. I will agree there are some moves, but I mean, the game gives you iframes, which I know we haven't even talked about. And I don't want to act like I'm a fucking pro at this game because I'm getting my ass beat, okay? But the game gives you the tools to get better. And even then, the game also, despite it not holding your hand, also lets you know when you shouldn't be somewhere at your level.
Yeah, sometimes if something is really kicking your ass, that's not the game being malicious necessarily. Sometimes that's the game's way of guiding you.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you shouldn't be here right now. Maybe you should go somewhere else and work your way up to this part.
Yeah.
It's very
like,
easy to get caught in the doctrine of this game is hard, so every time you come up on a challenge, you just beat your head against it. But that's not necessarily the answer.
No.
Otherwise, you end up like me wandering around the Tomb of the Giants without the lantern because Dark Souls is hard.
Yeah.
I'm standing there in the pitch darkness going,
Yeah.
man, this is hard. But
Yeah.
Dark Souls is hard. It's supposed to be hard.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a challenging game. It's supposed to really push you and motivate you to, by kicking your ass. It's weird, right? Motivate you by kicking your ass to get better and to understand and to read the, to learn how to read the fucking enemy. You have to go in there, die a few times, learn the attack patterns, so that when you come back the 20th time, you have them memorized. And now, all of a sudden, you're getting the boss down to, like, 1/4 of health, and it's still killing you, but you're like, okay, wait, but I'm learning. I didn't have to use 10 Estus Flasks this time around, I only used 1.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
The most interesting ones are where my brain is figuring out before I do. And sometimes I'm just getting... they're just mopping the floor with me, and I got to walk away. Just be like, no, it's not happening. It's just not happening. And then you go to bed, come back the next day, and you one-shot them on the first try. You're like, huh. Your brain just took all that shit you learned, and then at one point it went, I'm done. I can't do this right now, but I have what I need. And then you sleep on it, and it processes all of that. And then you don't even know what's happening, and then you sit down, and you just grind it out, and you're like, you just do it, and you're like, I'm doing it. I don't know. I'm not doing anything differently than I did yesterday, but I'm doing it. And
something's happening.
Really cool. Yeah. I don't get that with other games.
No. And people try to replicate it. That. But
many have tried. Few succeed.
I don't think I played one game that has succeeded. I tried to play Neo. Completely fucking hated it. I hated it. I just
not for everyone.
I'm just playing Dark Souls with the mask on. I'm going back to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and play the thing that I liked. Yeah.
Noble Mecha says, other than that, no. When in doubt, get a big sword and go unga bunga. That's what I fucking do, man. Just grab a big ass sword or big ass anchor, which is what I'm carrying around right now. The Jesus build. Going around and just killing things. But what I was gonna say is. One thing that I will applaud, though, and this is where I don't understand where people are coming from with the whole how difficult Elden Ring is. The game gives you an out this time around. Because before, in any game, when you hit that wall, you can't advance the story. You can't do anything else other than just go back and kill enemies you've killed already. You can't do much.
Yeah, very rarely is there like an alternate path. Sometimes there is. It's like, this isn't working. I'll go try a different zone. But yeah, ultimately, progress is progress. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes, as much as people like to farm, at some point it gets annoying only getting 50 souls from like a low tier enemy, right?
Yeah, you're above that, but you're not quite ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of in between. Yeah. No,
But Elden
this is
Ring.
huge. Yeah. It's like, all right, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
There's literally during a boss fight, there's some bosses out there that you're fighting them and they're kicking your ass. You can just
Yeah.
leave. You don't even have to
I'm
wait
not,
to die. No, you could just be like, I'm
not
out.
locked in here. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll be going.
Yep, and that's it. You couldn't do that before.
No, it's really weird. It's really weird to be like, oh, I didn't want this. I'll see you later.
Yeah, I don't have to fight you, and I think that's super cool. And
don't even have to like cheese it and bone out or anything like that. I'm just gonna leave. Sorry to have bothered you.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm here. Neo is fun. It's just that human samurai don't follow the same rules as you, and they have infinite stamina and spirit summoning. I don't know. I couldn't get through 5 minutes of Neo. I downloaded it, got it for free for the PS4 because the monthly Game Pass. And I just couldn't. But I'll take your word for it, Noble. He says you can walk away and reset them, but their health stays low, and it's funny. Yeah, you could just leave. Now, obviously, there's some that are trapped behind, the fog, the infamous fog. But if you see that fog, you know what it is. Like, just don't go in there.
Yeah.
Whenever I see a fog, the first thing I do is I go to the gray site. I spend all of my runes.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go in there and eat shit, I'm just gonna leave 200 in there and then I'm out. You know what I mean? But I do.
We all know this game. Yeah, we know the grind.
That's the thing. Like this game, I'm glad that newer people are trying it out. I'm sad to see that a lot of people are just giving up on it immediately because they feel it's a difficult game and not really understanding that the game is there to try to make you better at it.
Well, and this game is throwing a lot of new stuff at us. Like if something's giving you a hard time, try something new. I mean, there's all of the them changing all of the terminology is just done me in. I don't know what anything is called in this game. Everything is still souls and bonfire and shit, and I just cannot. It just won't stick. But like the weapon things, the ashes, the summons, you have a horse now. Like if a boss is kicking your ass, then maybe try a different tactic.
Yep.
Maybe leave and look around. Maybe you'll find a new weapon thing or a new summon thing that changes your whole play style.
Yep.
Or maybe just mix up with some horse combat. I don't know. Like it's not it's not the same as past games where it's like I just got to beat this motherfucker to death before he beats me to death, and I just have to. I got to learn his moves so that I don't get beaten to death first, and that's kind of just like the process. But now it's like, well, I got this whole new bag of tools that I can bring into a fight. That's really fun so far. I like that.
It's
options. I really like when they give you things that you can really tailor your play style to. You find something that works for you or something you like doing. I don't care if people are giving other people a hard time. If you want to go in and summon your ghost things and they do all the work on the boss and you just stand a distance and do something else. I mean, hey, you do you.
Yep.
They give you those options.
The game is there just to do whatever the fuck you want. You could do whatever you want. The amount of possibilities in this game is far greater than any other game. And that's saying a lot. Because even in other games, there's so many weapons out there that you could do so much. Like, there were so many weapons in Bloodborne. I know you haven't played Bloodborne yourself, but Bloodborne added the whole transforming gimmick to every weapon that you have.
Right, yeah.
Which gives you a brand new moveset. And even changes for some specific weapons. It even changes the damage that you deal when it's in a different transformation. There were so many options then, and then you have Elden Ring, which is just like, okay, now you have those options, but now multiply that by like maybe 50. So now you have there's so much to do. And I've just been having an outstanding time with the game so much that even like after the stream I'm just gonna go fucking play it because I want to play a little bit, like
Yeah,
and that
keeps
itch.
calling you back. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
it's good.
it's a good game. Noble Mecha says use summons as fodder and weapon arts are actually useful. Hashtag Bloody Slash is OP. Yes, Bloody Slash is legit just stripped and taken out of fucking Sekiro.
Okay, yeah.
That's a Sekiro thing with the black blade and all that shit. The Bloody Slash is fucking OP. I love it. I finally have 2 Uchikatana, so instead of using, I also use my no. I'm not spoiling anything. Okay, they're just weapons. All right. I have my big ass anchor that I know the anchor might not be the best fucking weapon in the world, but I just love it. I just love.
Sometimes you find something that really connects with you, and
I don't know why.
I'm going to take
love
this piece of crap and I'm going to upgrade it all the way and
Yeah.
just take it to the end of the game.
Yes.
I don't care. I don't care if it's stupid.
Yeah.
I finished Dark Souls 2 with like just like a blacksmith hammer, which is not like a war hammer or anything like that. It's just a wood handle with a little chunk of metal. I upgraded that thing to the max, and then even then put something on it. I don't remember what, but yeah, just every single boss. I just like, all right,
here you go.
It has like no range at all because it's a tiny hammer. You just gotta get right, like
in their
push
face.
up against. Yeah, you just push your bodies together. And,
Yep.
Like this sucks, but it's so powerful. I don't care.
There's so much to do. Like even with weapons, like there's always that sentimental side of things. You kind of become connected to a weapon, right? But even like the only reason I know is because I read it is that with when you have 2 of the same weapon or the same type of class of weapon, one in each hand, you get a whole different moveset.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole new avenue of moves that you can use, and it's like, okay, this is pretty sick. And so Noble Mech says I use the Bloodhound Fang because the anime / flip, and I'm using the Wolverine claws. They're so dumb but fun. Yeah, the Wolverine claws are out there too. I have some of them.
Yeah.
I have both of them, but I don't use them. I didn't want to be Wolverine. But there's so much to do. I honestly love Elden Ring so far. 25 hours into the game. Absolutely love it. I'm like level 50 now, and I'm just having a blast. And Bryan, I'm guessing you're having a blast as well.
I am. Yeah, it's early, but I can tell that we're gonna get along just fine.
Yeah,
we're gonna be old friends in no time.
Yeah, just. Anyway, guys, I think that's basically my first impressions, I guess, and all is it's not as difficult as people say. Not because I'm perfect at it, because I'm not. I have a very competitive spirit, so this game pushes that to the maximum. Where I was on the phone with my wife when she got off work, and I was on the phone with her from the moment she walked out of her job and came home, which is like a 40-minute, on public transportation. And she was just listening to me, trying to beat a boss for those 40 minutes. And I beat it the moment she came home. Like, it was like a 45-minute ordeal of her just listening to me going, fuck, what? How? And the game just keeps pushing you, and I didn't give up. I killed that thing, and it was the greatest fucking, I was like, yes! Like, I feel like a fucking god. And it was just, the game is awesome. I think everybody should give it a chance. If not, even give others a chance before you even get into Elden Ring. I don't know. But just understand that it's a FromSoft game and know what you're getting into before you pick it up and you spend 80 Canadian dollars or 60 USD dollars on it. Bryan, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things I liked the most about the old ones was there's a great sense of discovery. There's always that drive to be like, all right, next zone. I want to see more. And as linear as those were, it was still really satisfying. But here's a game where I can just explore. Like, what's that? What are those? Let's go see.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
It's a good ass game. All right, guys.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up out of how many thumbs?
I got 2, so I'll do 2.
2 out of 2.
Siskel and Ebert had 4 thumbs, and those stingy bastards would only do 2.
I give it a 10 out of 10. I absolutely fucking love this game. But guys, we're probably just, after this, we're probably just gonna go play it. I might make a little stream of it. I don't know. It depends. I just kind of want to just chill out and play. But yeah, guys, hope that you guys enjoyed this. We're gonna be doing different things. Go check out our sponsors of this stream, which are GundamHanger.com and Argama Hobby. You can also check them out if you're in the States. Order some stuff from them. They have paints. They have cool kits. Gundam Hanger specializes in things that you can't normally get, like P Bandai. They have some awesome stuff in stock, which I'm actually buying a kit later this month from them. The Jess Shazar type P Bandai, which I haven't found anywhere else, but I'm finally getting it the master grade. Oh my god, I can't wait. So definitely go check them out. But yeah, we're gonna be doing different things. Not everything is gonna be Gunpla on GTS anymore. Hence the whole just calling ourselves GTS. Things to come. Let us know what you guys think of the format with the little vertical and just the way it looks. I think it looks pretty cool, and I think we're about due for an actual logo soon. Anyway.
Wow.
Wow. Go attack everything. Go attack every chest, Noble Mech. I've been doing the same thing every time I see a fucking chest. I just beat it. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys later, and thanks, Bryan, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Good night, everybody.
All right, guys. See ya.